Hello everybody and welcome to Team Fortress 2. This time we're looking at the sniper. Fairly straightforward compared to some classes, but different than most sniping classes in other shooters, like just the sniper rifle in Halo, or the sniper rifles in Call of Duty or Battlefield, any of those. It's a bit different. The sniper is also equipped with an SMG and a kukri. Sniper rifle, usual, it shoots exactly where you point. Does much less damage if you were to point-blank shot, and it is actually incapable of getting a headshot without looking down the scope. So you can't run around, aim at their head, and go, haha! So it makes it a little more difficult, and some people find that annoying, but I don't really care. SMG, decent spread. This is pretty much a defensive measure against anyone who gets too close to you to snipe, unless you're really good. And kukri, same as everything. Melee weapon. There is some variation in the melee weapons, but I don't know. If you're curious, you can look on the wiki, but otherwise it doesn't tend to make much difference. You just keep hacking at things until they're dead anyway. Hang on, Rich, I'm not actually going to shoot you, I just got to show the interface here. When you right-click, it sticks you into scope mode, and as you can see, that little lightning bolt there just slowly charges up until it is at 100%. That is the bonus damage you'll be doing. Your sniper rifle does some fairly good damage anyway, but if you wait until the charge is 100%, you will be doing much more damage. Essentially a small critical hit. It may be like a plus 100% damage. It's a pretty significant bonus, but there are some really fast snipers out there, so most of the time you cannot afford to wait for that. Rachel is one of those snipers, by the way. You'll see in a bit. So Rach, if you come back onto the... Okay. Oh my... See?
Oh,
hey, another crossbow.
ooh, nice.
Okay, let me shoot you this time, Rach, just to show you, or show the people at home, the lovely people at home, how it works.
Lovely people.
So I'll have to shoot you in the body first, just to show the difference here.
Okay.
As you can see, 46 damage. And that was with no zooming at all. Let me line up on the head first. Let me show you no zooming headshot. 150.
Nice.
Almost every class, that's an instant kill. That is not so for soldiers, most demo men, and heavy. So I guess not almost every class, but for the wimpier classes, that is an insta kill. Most of the time, though, you'll want to charge up a bit, so you'll do a more significant amount of damage. So if you'll head out here again, Rach, let me show the fully charged shot.
Alright. Now, I think I've gotten a headshot on Pyro once, and he didn't die.
Yeah, I think Pyros have somewhere around 200 health. So if you wait for it to fully charge and headshot, 450. So, yeah, that's a lot more. Let me think of how much more that is. That is 3 times the damage. So it looks like a fully charged shot does 3 times the damage of a non-charged shot. So you can do the math and figure out what a charged shot or a fully charged shot on the body would do. Unless Rachel wants me to show that, but I'm sure she's done dying. And then the SMG. Let me see if I can get a few shots off of it. Like everything else, it does a bit more damage the closer you are, but it's pretty negligible. It's more that you'll be hitting with more of the projectiles. So let me show the next tier of things. The Huntsman, Girardi, and the Bushwhacker. But actually, the Sniper did not get a melee weapon with its first update. He got the choice between the Girardi and the Razorback. So if you'll go Spy, Rach, we'll show these two things off.
Okay.
And then I'll show off what the Huntsman does. The Huntsman is a bow and arrow, first of all, that you have to draw back, and when it is fully drawn back, that is the same as a fully charged shot with a sniper rifle. It doesn't do nearly as much damage, but it still does enough to insta-headshot every class, unless they are overhealed. Overhealed heavies are immune to headshots the first time. Which means if you headshot an overhealed heavy, you can then shoot them again and they'll probably die. It's confusing when I'm wording it that way, but hopefully you understand. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So Rachel, if you cloak for me, this is what Girardi does. You can now see the Spy. I'm not going to shoot you, it's good. What it also does is it allows mini crits. Anyone who hits the Spy, or any other class actually that is hit with the Girardi, it has a fairly small splash, but you can usually hit a couple people at once, will do mini crits. This weapon here, the Bushwhacker, allows it to do regular crits when it would normally just do mini crits. So people who are covered in Girardi, you do a full critical hit on them. Which means, hypothetically, if you line things up right and are good at dodging, you can actually Girardi a heavy, and in 2 or 3 whacks with your weapon, take them down. Cat, please off my desk. You're covering my screen. I gotta move cat. There we go. Okay, and the other item, let me go to the bushwhack, or the, not the bushwhack, why am I trying to change that? Razorback. Alright. The Razorback is for people who like to camp and pay no attention to their surroundings. So if I'm coming out here, I'm gonna sit here with my bow. That shaking and electric sound is the sound of a spy trying to get through your Razorback. When a spy backstabs you, they are actually prevented from switching their weapons or attacking for a second or two. You are alerted of their presence, and your Razorback then breaks. You are now basically a regular sniper, so go ahead, Rach. See, Razorback is gone from your model, and there we go. So it is a one-shot protection from spies. Most spies will see you with a Razorback and either take it as a challenge and come backstab you anyway, or they'll switch to their one of their other guns and just shoot you, which usually is enough to take you down before you turn around. Let me switch back to the Girardi and I can show off the whole bushwhacker thing I was talking about. There we go, 195 damage. So, definitely very effective against almost all classes, and if they've taken any sort of damage, it's pretty much insta-kill for everything but a heavy. And then I'll show off the bow. So if you'll come to the battlements, Rachel.
Alright.
I will show off the bow. Ah, wrong side. The bow has a bit of a drop to it.
Nice.
But once you've learned the drop, usually from a good range like this, what you should do is aim with the bottom of the crosshairs. It actually depends on which crosshairs you're using. I think I'm using different crosshairs than most people. I've also recolored them. But you can change your crosshairs to something that works for you, and often you can use them to gauge how much higher than the person you should be firing. Also, in Sniper Wars, where Rachel to start one up, most snipers will shoot, come back behind here, shoot, come back behind here, shoot, come back behind here, and what you can do is actually time the flight of your arrow, wait for them to shoot, come on here, fire it, and they'll walk right into the thing. It's really nice. And actually great that they're using their gun and you just peg them with a bow and arrow.
Can I shoot you?
Yeah. Okay, so let's do official mini sniper war here.
Okay.
When it comes to gun versus bow, your main bonus is that you can move while you draw your bow. It is a reduced speed, but you can move much faster than a sniper who is zoomed in. Now, Rachel is a quick sniper, which means that doesn't afford me much, but you can usually jump and fire, like jump and move around and keep moving and then just whew, unleash an arrow, and if you get her in the head, she dies.
Oh,
there,
you hit me.
Also, though, you cannot actually shoot while in the air. So if I were to, say, drop off of here and let go of the mouse, it doesn't fire until you hit the ground. So, also, people who backblast you, people will do that so often when you have the bow and arrow out and be like, aha, you can't fire. So, this is now a matter of pride, so hang on a minute. Ah, no healing.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay. For the most part, guns are superior at long range. However, what the Huntsman does allow you to do is get in close, and if you're a good twitch shooter, like I sometimes am, it's kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, I'm sometimes lucky with that.
You can often actually go into close range, raid people's bases, and just pelt them in the face with arrows from 10 feet. So, that's kind of fun. It changes the way you play in that you're more a medium-range sniper as opposed to long-range. So, levels with more tight quarters, it could be a good bonus. Now, a fairly controversial item is the Sydney Sleeper, which then also comes with the Darwin's Danger Shield and the Bushwhacker. I'll switch to the Tribalman's Shiv just so I can show what that does. So I'll need you to come into close range, Rage.
Okay.
The Darwin's Danger Shield is not actually a Razorback. It does not protect you from backstabs, but it increases your health by 25, which means that against against other snipers, you're actually protected from any fully charged body shots, for the most part. So shoot me in the body, Rage. There, see? Actually, I would have survived that one anyway, just barely. But for the most part, it does protect you from that. The Tribalman's Shiv applies a bleeding effect upon hitting. You want to go heal yourself, Rage. And, so that's good for finding spies, because you'll probably see the health numbers coming off them as they run. And then the Sydney Sleeper. The Sydney Sleeper cannot get headshots at all. It is incapable of getting headshots. What it can do, however, is when you zoom in, you'll notice the lightning bolt that's usually there has been replaced by a bottle of pee, or Girardi. So when you shoot your opponent, let me do it so it's not fully charged. I believe it will first apply the Girardi effect at around 50%. There we go. And then subsequent shots are mini crits, just like regular Girardi. This is usually seen as the noob sniper, because you can't get headshots. Why bother going for them? So you can just body shot, really quickly. And it charges somewhat quickly. I think it's a little bit faster than a usual sniper rifle. So you can quite often kill other snipers in a single shot if you're careful. There, like that. Just by shooting them in the groin, or anywhere else. Also, something I forgot to notice, on every sniper rifle, not the bow, but the sniper rifles, there is a small red dot, or a team-colored dot, that shows where you're looking. So if you'll come out with some sort of sniper rifle range and look at a wall for me.
Okay.
It will give away the fact that you are there sniping, and also exactly where you're looking. So it is often recommended that you look at places where the enemies can't see very easily, so things like lower walls, or things like this, where they aren't going to be seeing your crosshair. As you can see, I now see where Rachel's going, and I can go, haha, and then she can't get me as easily. Most of the time they still will anyway. But,
Ooh,
so yeah.
Shot
her in the throat that time. It's a good weapon for more of a support, which actually... Nope, not that button. Not that button either. Here we go. I was calling Demomen and Heavies and such support classes. They are defense. They are made to hold off areas and keep enemies from getting in. Or very slow, very structured offense. These are the support classes. They don't make up the offensive, but neither can they really hold someone off on their own. What they do is they help others hold off the offensive. So, in the case of the Sydney Sleeper, what you actually can do is help the offensive by weakening target members of the opponent team by applying Girardi to them and doing decent damage. Which is mostly good if you don't think you can land a headshot every time. Because if you don't land a headshot with a regular sniper rifle, it's sort of a waste of a shot. Which actually, Rachel's regular sniper rifle goes one farther by actually requiring headshots to become better, and if you miss a headshot, the bonuses you've gained start to slowly dwindle away. So it actually works a bit like the Eyelander, in that every head you shoot gets you a bit of bonus. Once again, I'm fairly certain I covered just about everything that's importantly different. I believe I had this one set up with my basic stuff. Yes, I have the Shahansha, whatever, this thing, which if you have more than 50% health, you do minus 25 damage. If you have less than 50% health, you do 25% increase in damage. I guess that means if you're at 50% health, you do basic damage. I don't know, but I'm not sure how useful it is, but I've just kind of equipped it to say I have it equipped. Yeah, that's it. Oh, there is the Machina, which I'll use it real fast. It penetrates, so it will actually shoot the person you shot and the person behind them as well. So if you are ludicrously lucky, you will you can pull off theoretically double headshots. Also, what is this? On a full charge, it does more damage. Oh, and on a full charge is when it penetrates. So it doesn't penetrate all the time. Also, it cannot fire while unzoomed. See, it throws off little tiny sparks if you try, makes a little beepy noise. And when you fire, it leaves a tracer shot, so people can follow that back to exactly where you are. So not good for the type of sniper who likes to camp and be hidden. So, yeah. Anyway, I guess that is it. I will, move on to showing off the spy now. If you could go engineer for the spy rage, we will prepare for our next round.
Alright.
Thanks for watching, folks.